And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 90 kilograms and trains under Chris Brown out of Adrenaline MMA with a professional record of 3 wins for 1 defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mad Dog Myers. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 90.2 kilograms and trains under Ryan Dunstan and Ryan Doyle out of Ignite Martial Arts with a professional record of 5 wins for 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the current middleweight eternal champion, John Martin Fraser.
He's got his work cut out for him this evening, Casey. It's Matt Myers in the blue, John Fraser in the red. Both gentlemen absolutely chomping at the bit to get the action started here tonight.
Yeah, that was so intense. That little stare down that they had just then, I started getting goosebumps. I know a lot of people had this one circled as the fight of the night or the one to watch to be the fight of the night. And the way that they were looking at each other over the cage, you know, they came out swinging. They're ready to get after each other right now.
Oh, absolutely they are. My goodness. They're both very, very intense individuals. Especially the current eternal middleweight champion, John Fraser. Spent some good time with John in Perth, back at Eternal 68 last month. And it's good to see him back in action here. Nonetheless, he's in a bit of a tough spot. Matt Myers doing a good job of controlling position so far, Casey.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. His kick got caught there when he was trying to throw it, but great for Matt Myers, who ends up on top and is landing some ground and pound here and starting to put a little bit of pressure on him. You know, he did take this fight on 8 days' notice, as we said, and coming off of not really training. The confidence is there, but is the gas tank, is the skills? Are you as sharp when you haven't coming in with a big camp? Matt's coming in with the camp here, and you can see that he's in control at the moment, on the ground, exactly where he wants John Martin Fraser right now.
Well, speaking to Kyle Noak, who will join us later on here in the commentary booth, he said that John Fraser, he can go 15 minutes just on pure heart alone, and he's showing plenty of heart trying to get back to his feet here. Matt Myers making it very difficult for him.
Yeah, Matt's on top of him like a wet blanket at the moment, making it really hard. You've seen John get up sort of to his hands just then and try and work his way back up, but Matt just sucks him straight back down. Still in a dominant position, but you see the strength from John Martin Fraser to get back and turn the position there.
Turning the tables on Matt Myers. John Fraser on top and in control now. And I was just going to say, Casey, looking at Matt Myers at the weigh-ins yesterday, he is absolutely huge.
They both are.
They're both massive.
They both are, yeah. This fight is a battle of the big boys, you know, and 2 very skilled big boys too, you know. Not only do they have the power that comes with them, but both of the men can grapple, you know. You've got a purple belt versus a brown belt. The wrestling's on display here. It has been so far a back and forth wrestling / jiu-jitsu match. Both men are showing off some great skills here.
Indeed they are. Matt Myers officially, my apologies, originally scheduled to face Nick Kepu. John Fraser stepping in on short notice. John coming into this fight off a 3-fight win streak, wins over Daniel Almeida, Candiata, most recently for the Eternal Middleweight Championship over that grueling 5-round fight with Kit Campbell. And he takes Matt Myers down now, giving him a taste of his own medicine.
And you see John Fraser has gotten that wrist ride on that backside now, so he's holding the wrist of Matt Myers with one hand and starting to improve his position with the legs. I would look for him to start unloading with the other hand. It makes it a lot harder for the person to defend here when they've got that arm trapped right there.
Just over 90 seconds left for Fraser to work here. Myers defending well so far. He's not taken any damage at all. But Fraser got to be careful he doesn't get swept there. He does, and Myers ending up in the guard of John here, Casey.
Yeah, he's definitely putting that brown belt on display, you know. He has swept him, he's taken him down, he's been in top position. Obviously, John Martin Fraser showing how good he is to turning the tables, but that was a beautiful sweep by Matt Myers there.
Elbows for Myers. Seems to be hitting John more with his forearm than the point of his elbow. That one's crept through though.
Yeah, Matt loves to throw an elbow. Looking even at his fight against Ty Duncan
Yes.
that I was watching, he was throwing some crazy elbows standing in that fight. He loves throwing elbows, and look for him to try and cut John Fraser up here with these elbows. As I say, he starts throwing some seriously hard blows there to John Martin Fraser.
And look at this wrestling from Matt Myers, the Mad Dog.
Very impressive quick scrambles from a big guy to be able to take the back there as well. Grabs the second hook. Not going to have enough time to get anything too much off here, but lands some great ground and pound and end the fight, end the round, sorry, in a dominant position. Oh!
Well, let's not speak too soon. Step into our world and head to www.ufcfightpass.com. Thank you for joining us. We are here in round 2. It's Myers versus Fraser.
See that elbow he just threw again there? That's the one he caught Ty with. I think that's maybe a staple in his game. Oh!
That left hand for John Fraser is massive. It's the same one that knocked out Candiata 2 years ago. He landed it flush on Myers. Myers ate it easily.
Flying knee there from Myers as John was shooting. John ends up with the takedown, but that was very close. You can see the dynamic game of Matt Myers. He really loves to stand and strike. He's really good with his elbows and his knees, and he was just off the mark there on that knee.
Let's see what he can do here. He's got to defend that single leg, or he's down now as it stands. John Fraser looking to pass here.
He is doing the right thing. He's sort of in an almost sit-out position with, oh, John's built his head back up, which is good for John, though. And he's got the back here. Nice takedown from John Martin Fraser here. I love what he's doing with his legs. He's constantly fishing for some sort of hook on that leg so that it makes it 2 steps for Matt Myers to get up. He can't simply just stand up here. He's making it hard. He's got to work. And every time he goes to improve position, John is taking that leg away from him so he can't stand up.
Well, right on QKC, right there, you see it.
You see Matt Myers constantly going for that Kimura sweep there. It's very hard to get in MMA because most people won't move too much on that. You've already got somebody on top of you. You know, you've got to really work on getting your feet on the hips, getting some space, pushing away on the head, and getting up the correct way.
Well, let's see what Myers can do here. If he can listen to somewhat of your analysis, Casey, it'd serve him well. But he's working from the bottom there. You can see in the corner, Chris Brown giving him the word.
Not only is Chris Brown a fantastic singer, also a fantastic MMA coach.
Indeed he is. And this is better from John Fraser, but Myers.
See, that's a nice little scramble from Matt Myers once again to end up being on top. It's the battle of the Kimura trap because you see John Fraser going for it on the bottom there as well.
Yes,
both guys are clearly often grappling. It's showing here. It's hard to get any sort of dominant position for too long on either of them because both guys are so well versed on the ground.
They're so technically sound when it comes to grappling, aren't they, Casey? You can see it. It's on full display.
And this is not what I expected from this fight. I'll be honest. I expected both guys to stand in the middle and stand and bang. But they're showing how diverse their game is. Both guys are great at wrestling. Both guys are great at jiu-jitsu. So well-rounded, both of them. And just completely blown us out of the water with what we thought we were going to get.
Well, let's wait and see because Matt Myers, he's attacking John. But look at this defense from John Fraser.
That whole sequence was so high level. Matt was almost out and John reverses it and gets on top once again.
Fantastic work from the current middleweight champ here at Eternal 69.
But Matt isn't just laying on his back. He's still working. He's still landing big, heavy shots here and making it hard for John to get off any type of damage of his own here.
Now, Matt is fighting a fantastic fight, and even though he finds himself on the back, he's, as I said earlier, he's very active.
I I'd like to see John try and get past that guard so that Matt can't use his hips to build leverage to get some power off in these strikes. You see him pulling his hips back to land that elbow. It really does make it a more powerful strike. It's one of the most efficient strikes that you can land off of your back. So I'd like to see John try and pass, maybe get to side control, half guard, and land some big shots of his own there when Matt isn't able to leverage his hips.
Absolutely. John looking to posture up and strike. Myers doing a good job of defending thus far.
This is a much better position now that he's got his head against the fence, though. That is very uncomfortable. If you've ever been put in that position, you know what I'm talking about. It is very uncomfortable on your head and very hard to sort of move your body. You're like a croissant there almost, you know? You're all stuffed up against the fence.
Not much room to move for Myers. Seconds down from round 2. We will see a third and final round. Phil Cassidy says, let's do it, gentlemen. Myers and Fraser.
I wish we had 5 rounds of this fight. This fight is just got me on the edge of my seat, watching every transition. Both guys are coming out swinging again in the 3rd round.
Totally agree. Myers in deep on a double leg, but Fraser again.
There's a lovely level change, but John read it well, and he's ended up with the body lock on his own. You can just see almost the size difference between Matt Myers and John Fraser. You can see it starting to have a toll on Matt Myers here. John is grabbing him and dragging him down with the strength that he holds being the bigger man here. And he's starting to really wear on Matt Myers in this wrestling exchanges against the fence.
He's doing a good job thus far, is John Fraser, but there's some good elbows from Myers. He's got to watch those.
He loves an elbow. He must have the world's sharpest elbows, because every time he lands one, someone ends up, you know, being taken back for a second and having to rethink what they're going for.
Yeah, indeed. You either end up getting cut or knocked out, Casey. So John Fraser wisely advancing position, looking for the back of Myers. He's got that left arm trapped and controlling that right leg now.
He's taken his head off to the back, which has alleviated the, you know, ability of that elbow from Matt Myers. And I love what he's doing with the feet. He's constantly picking up the feet and making it 2-3 steps for Matt Myers to be able to get up. That is so tiring in a fight. But you see the elbows again here. Matt Myers won't give up. He won't give up a position. He won't give up anything here. He is trying to land. He's trying to score points at every position he possibly can.
Absolutely. Well, he did land some incredible elbows that caught the attention of John Fraser, but John eventually taking down the Mad Dog, and he's got time to work. Just under 3 minutes left in round 3.
And on 8 days' notice, this performance by John Fraser is extremely impressive. Like I said, he's been overseas. He has been training, but he hasn't been with his team. He hasn't been here. And he takes the fight on 8 days' notice after just getting back in the country. I'm telling you right now, coming from the other side of the world, I'm exhausted. I don't know how he's doing this right now and putting on this type of performance.
Well, he's certainly digging deep here. Matt Myers causing a massive cut, courtesy of those elbows on John Fraser. Again, Casey, he's landing on the inside there, isn't Myers?
He can't work his way up, so he's finding ways to work and score small points and just keep John Fraser from getting off a finish, as I said. So he does have great work on his back, but he needs to get up. You're not going to win a fight on your back unless you can somehow knock him out the way Kevin Holland did. But it's very unlikely. I would like to see him try and work for some separation and try and fight this fight in the middle of the cage for the last couple minutes here.
Let's see what he can do. He finds himself getting taken down again. Right in front of his corner, though, in front of Chris Brown. Wealth of knowledge and wisdom coming from Matt Myers' corner.
He's constantly got that closed guard. He needs to get his feet on the hips and start making space. He won't be able to get up with his feet where he is right now. And I don't think he's going to be able to get a submission where his head's at, you know. So he needs a finish for this fight. John Martin Fraser is starting to run away with it. As I say it, he's setting up a triangle. He is looking for a finish. And he does have a bite here, but can he get it locked up? John Martin Fraser is a tough customer. He's not going to go away easy.
Well, he's managed to wrench his right arm out of there. Much to the satisfaction of Carl Noak in the corner of John Fraser.
And if you're John Fraser, you're taking a lot of confidence away from the fact that you can do this on 8 days' notice against somebody who's had a whole camp.
Yes.
It is hard to change opponents, but it is harder to come in not having any notice at all. And he is not showing any signs of slowing down here. And we've only got 40 seconds left. For a big guy, a very impressive thing.
Well, it's all hard at the moment for John Fraser. Final 30 seconds. Myers continuing to remain active on the bottom. He's landing strikes, and an elbow creeps through once again for the Mad Dog. 20 seconds left now.
He's trying everything he can possibly do. You know, he can't get up, so he's doing what he can. John Martin Fraser hasn't been too busy on the top here. Is the judges going to look at position, or are they going to look at damage? Because that has been the tail of this round here.
It has indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of back and forth action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score this contest 29-28 for your winner via unanimous decision. In the red corner, John Martin Fraser. Ladies and gentlemen, I am with your winner, John Martin Fraser. John, congratulations on a hard-fought, back-and-forth battle there, my friend. Now, John, you are the current middleweight eternal champion. You took this fight on 7 days' notice, jumping in here at a catch weight. Tell me, what was that phone call like? I know that you yourself have been a victim to fight cancellations due to injuries. Was there any hesitations in letting Matt compete tonight?
No, I was actually having a beer with my brother and my missus. I had a phone call, I was like, fuck it, I want it. I haven't fought for a year and a half since I fought Kit last. And yeah, I'm just fucking buzzing to get in. I've had a couple of pullouts. I've had fucking 2 injuries that's put me out for 6 months. And I wasn't fit for this, but I just wanted to fight, man. I haven't got fucking long left in this. I got about fucking 10 years left. And I just want to fucking make the most of it, have as many fights as I can. I just want to do this forever, man. I love it.
Well, my friend, we hope you do it forever. I mean, with performances like that, it's unbelievable that was a 7-day notice. I can't imagine what a full fight camp would be like. Now, you mentioned that you've been away recently, a 16th-month trip back to the motherland of Wales. Tell me, what prompted that trip, and what improvements have you been making while working with the boys at Shore MMA?
Yeah, it was only meant to be 3 months, but it ended up turning into a long 16. I've made some significant progress. I'm not just a striker anymore. Like I had the wrestling, training with the Show Boys a lot, and the training with Ignite and with Ryan Dunstan and our teammates over here. But yeah, I've made some fucking good progression. And like I said, it was only 6 days notice. Imagine what I do over 5 rounds, having fucking 12 weeks preparing for this. I'm a fucking different fighter, boys. I just want to I want to do this forever. Fucking get me the next fight.
Well, John, this is a rare circumstance in this fight. You took this fight at catchweight. You are the current reigning and defending middleweight champion at Eternal. Now, it's looking like it'll probably be a rematch for the title next against the same opponent in Matt Myers. Do you believe that he's done enough in here to deserve that shot? And how do you see that fight playing out in your mind?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have a chat with fucking Cam and Ben. I don't give a fuck who I fight next. I just want to fight. I literally do not care. Just get me in here. I want to fight. I want to be prepared for the next fight and get me in there. I'm fucking had enough of not fighting now. Just fucking give me an opponent. I want to fight him.
Well, John, you are a fighter's fighter. I can't wait to see your next title defense. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your winner, John Martin Fraser.
I just want to say thank you to Matt Myers as well, taking a fight. He was a welterweight before this. It was his first fight at 84 and he took it at 90. The guy's a fucking beast. Thanks.
A great display of sportsmanship there. One more time for your winner, John Martin Fraser.